what's really blowing my mind is these guys aren't having sex. So now you have a coaching program, right?
Yeah.
How do you, when somebody joins your coaching program, let's say I'm one of these guys, I ain't had sex all year. How would you help me? Well, not me. Like, I don't know, you probably can't even wrap your mind around that shit, right? But like, let's say there's a guy. Like, how exactly do you help this guy? Yeah. And what kind of results have you been getting for these guys?
Well, the thing is, I also help guys who are making money, but they just don't know how to put it together. So a lot of guys can be doing well financially, but don't know how to put the game, the fashion, the image all together. So my goal with guys is I break down exactly where they're struggling and then try to help them be as well-rounded as possible. So they're not having to spend so much time meeting women, so they can work on several things. Right. So you can have time in the gym, have time to make money. Like, I know that the secret to being successful with women is to be good at everything else. So it ain't.
And women become like a byproduct of that success.
Exactly. But
the same shit I be saying.
Yeah.
The same. No, I that resonates with me, right? Because if you fix all the other shit and then she sees you, she's like, oh, here, this is me. Instead of trying to get the girl, trying to learn. So you're not teaching them pickup lines and shit, right? It's like you're telling them how to become the kind of guy that women actually want.
Build the foundation, and that's what's gonna get you the results.
That sounds better for guys and the women, because like a lot of the pickup guys, and I'm friends with a lot of these guys. I'm not trying to cast aspersions on anyone, right? But I just feel like when I hear a lot of especially the old school pickup advice, it's like, yo, you just like teaching guys to pretend to be me. You know what I'm saying? and like you're gonna trick a chick into fucking you. You know what I'm saying? But if you like really become the man, then it makes everything easier.
And then that doesn't work, bro. The tricking that never works. It's only so much you like. Women are not.
How long can you pretend?
Yeah, like they know, bro.
You got to get one night stands if you do that. You got to, because you can only hold that facade for a few hours most.
And even if you get the one night stand, let's say you go to your crib and you live in a dumpster.
Or your crib, you're looking like Oscar the Grouch in this motherfucker.
She like, oh, I made a mistake.
I fucked up. I fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
So my whole driving point is become well-rounded. Right? Because that's the hardest guy to replace.
Like, you want to become the guy she's fucking dreaming about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Become Prince Charming. You know what I'm saying? And then you won't have to you won't even have to work so hard. If you work hard on yourself, you won't have to work so hard to get the girl. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's perfect. Right.
Damn.
The more well-rounded you become as a man, the harder it is for women to replace you.
Psst, this motherfucker's spitting. Because the average man, I don't know if you've seen the statistic, is 17 pounds overweight. And the average American has less than $1,000 in their bank account. These are real facts, man.
That's crazy.
Motherfuckers ain't even trying. But it's super easy in America, right? Like what age did you leave Nigeria?
9.
So you remember some of that shit.
Yeah,
I imagine it's not as easy. There it is here. These motherfuckers squandering it. I get real mad when I see broke black men in America. Like, it makes me super mad.
Just because no excuse, man.
Our ancestors fought. My ancestors fought hard for us to have the fucking opportunities we got now. You just squandering it, man. Like Martin Luther King fucking getting his ass beat. They was spraying the hoses on that nigga every weekend for you to sit around being broke. The March on Washington was the March for Jobs. That's what it was. It wasn't called the March on Washington. It was called the March on Jobs because niggas needed work. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was trying to get some jobs. It was called the March for Jobs. So when people say Brandon just talks about get a bunch of jobs, I'm like, that was the fucking dream, bro. And then you can take that and fucking do some other shit, That was exactly Martin Luther King's dream. So yo, goofy ass can have a job. And then if once you get some cash and some skills, then you can leverage that into business if you so desire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think a lot of guys just don't have the background of suffering, man. Because you've told your story plenty of times, the background of having to take care of your family.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in a third world country. So I understand what it means to go through difficulty. And I think a lot of guys nowadays don't have that. So life is just like, oh, well, I've never experienced anything challenging, so I'm not hungry for more.
Especially if they was born here, right? That's why I fuck with the immigrants community so hard, right? Because they come through like, oh shit, man, all this shit. They come through excited, ready to work, you know. And I was just find that admirable, you know. We're like, you know, saying a lot of guys in America, man, we just have it so, you know, it's hard to fail here. Like the social safety net is super strong, and you know, there's good things about that, right? But it's hard to fail here, right? So a lot of guys end up in this purgatory, right? Where they don't really like their life, but it's not bad enough for them to do anything about it.
Exactly.
There's a cognitive bias. It's called the Ring paradox, if I'm not mistaken, where it's like you might be in a relationship that you don't really like, right? But if it was worse, you would leave and find something better, right? So if it was worse, it'd be better. You get what I'm saying? Because if you push yourself, you know, so a lot of these guys, if they were in a worse position, they'd end up doing better because they wouldn't be so stagnant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a paradox as far as that's concerned. Man. I know, do these guys have any more questions? Man, tell me. Okay. Let me ask you. A lot of guys come through your program. Yeah. Like a lot of them. I seen because I work with Miguel and, you know, I seen the behind the scenes. Give me some of the best success stories you've seen from guys who came through your program.
I've had guys start off not making any money, out of shape, and like I said, I help guys through that, and now they're successful with their business that they've launched in the last few years, and they dig in better shape, and they sleeping with more girls.
Come on, man!
Like I've seen guys come to me and like, man, just help me figure it out. Okay, let's work on this. And then let's start working on this. Let's start working on this. Like it's you have to actively work on these things. Like it can't just be girls, bro. Like
it's like that's like because girls. Okay, here's how I look at it. All right, yo. Here's I feel like I can say this to you, right? But some of the other red pill things, if I said it on some other red pill forums, I would definitely get roasted. But you tell me what you think of this. I think as a man, women are almost like the barometer of how well you're doing. And I don't mean like you should get your self-worth from a woman. I'm not trying to say that, but you can tell how well you're doing by the quality of women you have. Right? You can just tell. Yeah. Right. I'm not saying you should get your self-worth from or your confidence from a woman. But it's like you shouldn't get your confidence from money either. But I can tell my business is doing well if I got a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you getting bad bitches on a consistent basis, if you swatting hoes away, right? You fucking spraying bitches down with thought repellent. That means you're probably doing well in life.
Yeah. Bro, that's just honesty, bro.
Isn't it?
That's just honesty. But people don't want to like you, bro. Are you gonna sleep with fives the rest of your life? If that's obviously you're not what more attractive.
That means something. That means exactly. That's like that kind of tells you where you at.
Yeah.
And instead of getting mad at that, like you got to be like, okay, this is where I'm at. All right, let's go. Yeah. You know, I think about that with everything, right? Like for example, if somebody's like cancels an appointment, like a meeting, it could be a business person, they cancel a meeting. Yeah. I'd be like, fuck, man, they wouldn't have did that shit to Drake. If it was The Rock, he would have showed up. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like I think about that all the time. And so I don't get mad at them. I just think, okay, that just means that I'm not at the level where motherfuckers would treat this shit with the respect that I feel like I deserve. But if I don't feel, just because I feel like it doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah.
Right. You have a sexual market value, but you also have like a market value.
Yeah.
And people will you can not even just women, like we can take women out of it. Humans will behave towards you. The way they behave towards you is a barometer, to how well you're doing.
But that's one thing that I wish guys understood. Guys are not self-critical. That's explaining being self-critical.
Yeah,
they don't look at themselves and say, "Hey, man, the problems I have in my life are due to me.
It's me, man.